Peace, blessings, and living light love to you all today. My name is N.R.G.Y, and I am the agent of the light, and I am the Vishwaranuma, or universal guide, of the Living Light Society, which is a spiritual ministry here to help you awaken the spark of living light within you via cosmology, angelic magic, healing, and more. But today, we are here with some divination. Of course, today is the Lion's Gate, which is a very powerful portal where cosmic upgrades and very celestial, stellar, and divine energies come onto the planet in order to take us to new heights, in order to expand our evolutionary capacity and potential, and could be a connector and a bridge to our stellar ancestry, which is something that we all should be striving to connect to, particularly those on a spiritual path. Why? Because we most likely do not come from here. With that being said, I wanted to give you all a direct guidance message from the Oracle deck, which I do my readings for. Of course, I primarily do my readings for my Patreon subscribers. You can go to patreon.com/the agent of the light and join for free. Become a member for $4.99, however, to gain access to my entire library of conscious content. It is what I refer to as the empowerment station. Okay, so make sure you join patreon.com/the agent of the light. We are going to get you some direct guidance from the Lyran Oracle of Cosmic Knowledge. I am a trained Oracle of Lyra, and as I said, I do my readings for my Patreon as well as for the members of the Living Light Society and the clients that I have within the guidance program, the participants of the personal path program, etc. I actually stopped doing readings on social media quite some time ago, but I did feel compelled to give you all some direct guidance today. So let's get that for you, shall we? Pardon the dog. I do genuinely hope that you all are doing well today. I'm just going to give these cards a little bit of a shuffle, and we're going to get you some direct guidance. If you are a member, an official subscriber, or as I refer to you, agents of my Patreon, then you got a full spread for the Lion's Gate today. So blessings to all of my subscribers who are also following me here on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, etc. And I hope you enjoyed your reading today. Just doing a couple of splitting the decks here. Got some very powerful messages on the split the deck. Truly has been a very powerful day, to say the least, and another beautiful and yet very hot day here in El Paso. All right, I'm gonna cut the deck here. And I'm gonna spread these cards out so that the direct guidance that comes to you, okay, those two cards want to come out, so that those which will be your direct guidance, or the card that will be your direct guidance rather, is chosen organically. Let's see. Okay. I intuitively choose the card that is going to be read, as well as I also intuitively read them. So there were two cards that actually, when I spread the cards out, there were two cards that separated from the rest of the pack. So let's see what those are. Okay, cellular upgrade. This is actually one of the cards that was pulled, interestingly enough, for my Patreon subscribers. So cellular upgrade, card number 8. Listen, step back, and learn from your surroundings. So you are going through a major upgrade during this Lion's Gate. And I must say, personally speaking, that the last two Lion's Gates have been extremely powerful for me on a personal note. And that has included what this card is referencing. So cellular upgrade. Make sure that you're a little bit more silent today, especially on days where portals open, there are sacred alignments, there are particular full moons, etc., things of that nature. When there is very prominent and very unique celestial activity, make sure that you're following this guidance in listening, stepping back, and following and learning from your surroundings and following the guidance of what you're receiving today. Today is a very receptive day, so it's important that you are more silent so that your Visuddha or your throat chakra is resting, as well as you are taking the time to be more receptive. Today is more of an input day, okay? And the other card that broke away from the pack is the Merge, card number 34. In the depths rests the treasures. So, in your cellular upgrade, there is a great merger occurring in consciousness. There is a unifying of who it is that you are on the timelines. Okay, that's very important to notate. And it is something that is going to consist not only of the rest of this year, but given that you continue to engage in spirituality or interfacing with divinity via spirituality, that you are embodying light, you will continue to merge with the many different versions of yourself that are connected to the one version of you that is what I refer to as the rest of you, okay? So those are the two cards that actually wanted to give you some additional guidance, but here is your direct guidance, wow, for the Lion's Gate. Stargate Initiation, which has much to do with what it is that I just read. This is card number 25, and the elaboration on this card is portals, power spot, and get outdoors. So it is over 100 degrees here in El Paso today. So I got the majority of my sun as I went out to the store not too long ago. And it is very, very potent today. Those sun rays are truly, truly hidden today, isn't it? But this is also a reminder for you to get outdoors even more than you already are, especially on days where the sun is shining. We are receiving solar codes, we are receiving celestial codes. Those of us who interface with the gods, we are also receiving divine nodes of power from them that are helping us to engage in our cellular upgrade. So it's very important that you spend time outside, you spend time in silence, and you yourself become a portal for this divine energy, okay? 25 is also 7, okay? 7 on the angelic tree of life is Zayin, so do your homework on that. It is pathway number 17, but it is pathway number 7. It is the Aleph-Bet numerology, or the alphanumeric representation of what number it lies on in regards to the angelic tree of life is number 7, okay? 7 is also a very powerful number. It represents the cipher. Ciphers represent spirals, and spirals represent creation, right? Everything in existence spirals out into manifestation, right? So that is your direct guidance, as well as when you do get outside, you may want to be near a body of water. Okay, so we're in a fire sign season, which is Leo, but we have its counterpart here, which is water. So you may be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio as well. Okay, you may also be a Gemini, because Zayin, the pathway that this particular card references, numerically speaking, is connected to the energy of Gemini. So you also may be a Gemini as well. And we have your bottom of the deck here, which is, wow, mission possible. And that elaboration is, you are going to be successful at everything that you do. That does depend on how You are taking your initiatory steps into a higher vibrational frequency. So it's very important that you are engaging in your interfaces even more so at this time. Why? Because your mission depends on it. But as you can see, you have support from other realms. You have support from your ancestors. You have support from the planetary energy. Some of you may be grid workers who are watching this. Some of you may be interfacing with elemental magic as well, okay? You may feel like you're standing on two different horizons right now of who it is that you are here and what it is and who it is that you are becoming on the other side, if you will, of who it is that you are, which in totality is in Sanskrit referred to as your Paramatma, or your oversoul in so many words, okay? Or the portion of your soul that exists even beyond the dimensional station where your soul resides, because there's only a portion of your soul that exists in the body. If you want to know more about that, email livinglight to agentofthelight19@gmail.com, where you will be emailed the orientation video for the spiritual ministry, the Living Light Society, and you can learn more about the dimensional stations of our multidimensional anatomy in our cosmology program of angelic Kabbalah, okay? So again, you may feel like you're standing on two different horizons right now, but that is because that's what growth entails. If you truly want to grow, then you must not only see yourself as being more than it is, than what you are, specifically here on the third plane or dimension, but you must also connect with that aspect and its sub-levels of who it is that you are, where you see yourself being, not just here, but in your overall spiritual growth and development, which again comes back to your initiatory practices of spirituality, interfacing with divinity, right? Which of course relates to the way you are upgrading. So being outside has actually a lot to do with your upgrades and the way that you're upgrading. Okay? So make sure that you're outside. Create a portal spot for yourself. Okay? Connect that with trees. Trees have a lot to do with the way, actually, that you will cellularly upgrade as you get outdoors. Trees are very powerful, okay? So connect with the trees. And as you are doing all of this, you are merging the different energies. That is you. So with that being said, this has been your Lionsgate Direct Guidance. Thank you all so much for joining me. I do greatly appreciate you. Make sure that if you are on Instagram, if you are on TikTok, if you are on YouTube, click the link in my bio or paste the link to my website in your web browser, where you can go and view all of the different services and programs that I have to offer concerning your spiritual growth and development. And you can also view a lot of the content that I have on there as well directly from my website. If you want to view my entire library of conscious content, patreon.com/the agent of the light. I also had some music drop recently. It's called Third Eye, produced by Epic the Dawn. It is the debut of what I refer to as affirmation music, and you can buy that single directly from me. All of the proceeds go to me, and it goes to the improvement in the quality of the music that I provide. So thank you so much for those of you who have and will support that single. And with that being said, I do greatly look forward to helping you awaken the spark of living light within you in all of the ways in which I do that. Thank you all so much for tapping in to this special Lionsgate reading. My name is N.R.G.Y, and I am the Agent of the Light, and I hope to see you soon. Blessings.